June 25th. June 25th. I think it's Thursday, June 25th, and the Goodwill opened today. The Goodwill in Harlem. I'm so excited. That's where I'm headed now. I'm so excited to look at the baby clothes. I'm definitely thirsting for my baby. I've seen brand new things in the baby section throughout the years, and I never had a reason to buy it, so now I do. I don't see myself spending too much today. I'm just pretty much gonna look around. I sold shoes today, so I'm very happy about that sale. They're the pretty white shoes that I wore once. I got them from the Goodwill. They were brand new, and they're pretty much still new somehow. The heels look like they've never been worn. I wore them on carpet, and that's probably why. Anyway, I made a pretty penny for that one, so I'm excited for that because I'm gonna treat myself to Lush. My Goodwill shopping today was fun. It was nice seeing everybody. I purchased a few things. My belly is getting bigger. I wear a lot of athletic wear, like John's basketball shorts. So I was in there pretty much looking at the basketball shorts, t-shirts and things like that. But I actually bought other things that I'm excited to show you and model for you. I'm excited for like a second trimester lookbook. Sandals? My return to Today I'm looking at homes. Today's the 27th. It's my friend's birthday, and my other friend is moving from her home, so it's a special day. I'm looking at homes in this community here in Jersey. I didn't want to move to Jersey. I still don't, but yeah, I do what you gotta do sometimes. I just looked at that home up there. Didn't like the energy in there at all. At all. I think I have 2 more to look at today, and then we're going to visit John's BFF. I've been wanting to do an outfits maternity second trimester video, and I haven't gotten around to it. So let's see if you can see what I'm wearing now. It broke. My dress, my strap just broke because it keeps falling like this, and then if I reach my arm out, it could break, and this I did. So it's leather. It's what do you call this? Wicker leather bag. It's beautiful. See how it's broken here? I have to fix it, but I think it's manageable, I guess. I'm at Los and Yonkers, and I'd rather be outside in the humidity amongst the plants than be inside dealing with pickup, return, customer service. It's a mess in there. It's such a mess, and I have patience, and I'm very kind because I understand what it's like to be working in that kind of environment. But at the same time, there has to be some kind of structure. Like, this is your job. Do it. You know, like, everyone should be on the same footing. Everyone is giving you 20 different bits of information. You get on the customer service line. You tell someone, I'm here to pick something up. Where do I go? Get on the customer service line. You're on the customer service line. You go to the front, and they tell you, oh, no, you have to go to the pickup line. And I'm like, I waited on this line for 30 minutes, and you're not going to give me what I need. stay calm, go to the pickup line. And then somebody else, it happens to everybody because everyone's getting misinformation and they start flipping. I didn't flip. And the people that start flipping and wanting to see managers, they get service and they get their stuff right away. And I, that was nice and respectful, and waited forever on this line, get brushed off. So people respond to that kind of mistreatment. People need to be treated like shit in order to help, and that sucks because I don't want to treat people like shit. I don't want to be treated like shit. You know, it's consumerism. It's gonna always be a little hectic, and things that are structured, like that's why I appreciate B&H. B&H is so structured. It is a electronics store where I get my cameras from and everything downtown. They don't play around. They are structured. They have a way of working that store, and you move in and out of there so fast. But other places like this, it's pure misery. And July 2nd, and I'm sitting in a random stoop waiting for John. He went to the bodega to get bacon, egg, and cheese. I keep wearing my mask because, you know, things are getting strange out there. A lot of people in my neighborhood in Harlem wear masks. Like 95% of the population I always see with masks on. When there's no one near me, I leave my mask like this. I can't really breathe with it on, and I'm sweating, so my face is sweating. Kind of like my mouth is sweating on the mask. I think it's important to still wear masks in public. If I have, you know, emptiness and there's no one near me, then I pull my mask down because I have to breathe. I have so much trouble breathing in this pregnancy. But you know, if there's someone around me, I pop it up. I think it's important that we continue to practice good social distancing skills and prevention skills, because as you can see what's happening, Arizona, Texas, California, all these places are getting, you know, they're kind of going backwards. They're getting sick again. I think it's really preventable, and I just don't understand why anyone wouldn't wear a mask. If you could protect someone else, like let's say you really don't believe in it, but just humor everybody. Like, you see these cases in the hospital, you know somebody that has it, you know someone that died of it. Like, I have friends that lost relatives because of COVID. So even if that wasn't true and I didn't know a single person, because in my personal life I don't really know anyone that had it. Oh wait, actually John's sister had it. John's little sister had it. It was very brief and it wasn't as intense as everybody else, but she had it. Either way, I just think that it's all about protecting the next person. That's why I do it, because there's so many seniors in my community. Why would I want to, you know, why would I want to bring harm in their life and, you know, mess with their health? I could never understand the big protests against masks. Like, people that feel like they're being violated because they're being told to wear a mask. I can't understand that mentality for the love of me. It's just like, wear the damn mask. What is this, lover?
Go over a couple of guidelines before we go indoors.
Thank you.
You guys are both here. Just want to say it one time.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the testers that we have inside are for display only. If you have any questions, any help with any color matching, please ask an advisor. Okay, great. So just please ask an advisor if you guys need any help with anything. $75 purchase or more. You got to take home that tote bag.
Oh, okay. Cool. Go ahead. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sitting down cooking. I chop, I clean, I cook sitting down. I do the dishes sitting down. It is interesting, but you gotta cook. Random piece of advice: I get nauseous from time to time still. There's nothing compared to my first trimester. It was horrible. But what's really helping with the nausea, what helps me with that feeling, that gross feeling, is peppermint oil. I put some on the top of my shirt. Whatever shirt I'm wearing, I put some up here, really close to my nose, because I can't put it directly on my skin. So so that smell helps me throughout the walk. Menthol smells help me also, because I used to put Tiger Balm on my wrists, on my hands, and smell it when I used to get nauseous back in the day too. So it does help with like headaches, a menthol aroma. We are going to Randall's Island right now. Randall's Island is a quick walk from my home. It's very close to Harlem. It's a little bridge, the bridge that I'm on now. You walk over quickly, or you can come here through car, through another entrance in the highway. It's right over. So I came here once. I've been in Harlem forever, and I came here one time in the winter, and John likes to come here for biking and things like that. So now I'm coming for the first time in the summer. It's good in that it's low key still, like there's mad low. A lot of people don't come here. You know, for one of the New York, for a New York park, it's pretty dead. But yeah, so I'll show you around. My birthday's in August, and I might have a birthday picnic out here. I don't know, because August is really hot and humid and I can't take it. So yes. See this perfection right here? You could tan alone here and you will be fine.
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry, each time you have a great day. Walk on by, walk on by.
What's up?
Hey, I'm chilling, sipping.
Are you having a great time?
I'm having a really good time. It feels like, I don't know, it just feels like home.
I think it's so wonderful to have fireworks for your birthday, right?
Yeah, I think
that's
the kids are
so
like,
dope.
the kids are really enjoying this the most.
I know, it keeps screaming. I'm like laughing at them.
My favorite part is like just watching them watch the fireworks. You know, like have you seen how they're all lined up?
Yes, how
chairs?
cute, right? With their
I
little
was like,
chairs.
the kids' side of the fence.
This woman was attacked in Harlem a few weeks ago, and Charlemagne gave the guy Donkey of the Day. It happened, they went viral. To this day, I don't think he was caught. He's like on the run, scared and hiding. And the woman, I haven't heard her come forward. I don't know her name. To this day, I don't know her name. Let me Google it really quickly, because I didn't Google it this week. So let's see. I don't see any updates saying that he was arrested. Anyhow, so a while back there was a video that surfaced. It was a guy and a girl, a black guy, a black girl in the projects in Harlem, and she's looking down on her phone like this, you know, paying attention. Her focus is on her phone, but she says something to this guy, and it sounds like she says, "Go back to the porch with your friends," and he's right next to her, so his friends are in like a few feet away recording everything, like they almost knew it was gonna happen or something. So they're recording from a distance, not like far away, but from a few feet away, and she says, "Just go back to the porch with your friends," something like that. He has a skateboard in his hand at the time, like he's holding onto a skateboard, and he picks up the skateboard and hits her across the face with it really, really hard, like on the side of her temple. She knocked out cold. She laid out flat on her back, knocked out, her cell phone over here, her hands open like that, her arms apart. You see her fall to the ground like that, and you think she's dead. Like, I wish, you know, you get that urge to jump in the video and say, hey, are you okay? Like, shake her up or wake her up. He walks away so smoothly, like he is the man. Like, he walks away cool, and he's like, oh, I'm Skeeter Mills, bitch, or some shit like that. Like, he says his name like he's this big and bad guy. Like, what are you thinking, disrespecting me with your words? I have to beat you with my skateboard. You know what I mean? Like, the violation that his bullshit ego felt at that moment compared to the violation that he caused this woman, eons away, light years away. She just had go back to the porch of your friends, but that was huge to his ego. I can't believe that the guys that were recording just laughed. I mean, of course I could believe it. That kind of ignorance is thick in the hood. It is thick. You could cut it with a knife. And you know, the guys are laughing. He comes to he goes closer to them, so you see his face clearly. And so that's the footage that everybody's been working with, trying to figure out not who he is, because now his name is leaked, his phone number, his job phone number, his address. He's gone. He's on the run because everybody's looking for him. Like, all these old heads are looking for him to, like, hurt him, you know, that street justice shit. But to this day, I do not know her name. I guess she didn't file charges. I guess she's alive, because if she was dead, we would all know that. It was such a scary video. I saw it over and over again. I was obsessed with this story. I was obsessed with him and getting him to the cops. I am not a anti-snitching person. I don't give a fuck. I will pick up the phone and call the cops on you so bad, so fucking fast, like that. I myself personally, I don't give a shit about cops. Like, I've seen them violate people. I've seen them harass brown and black people in the neighborhood. I could care less about them. And this is cops, not white cops. Cops, period. Because you can ask anybody. Like, I know so many people, and they will tell you straight up, the worst cops that they've had experiences with are brown and black cops. So, especially in the hood, like, I don't know, it's like these guys, like the cops in the hood that you see in the hood, they have this air, like, this way, they just want to fuck with you, and it makes you feel like they were, like, the lowest of low their whole life. They never got any respect, never got anything that they felt they deserved, and now they got a badge, and now they're just gonna annoy the fuck out of everybody out there. Yeah, so I'm for it. Like, you're there to protect me. Yes, I see you in the news killing people, violating people, being racist and disgusting and horrible, but guess what? I'm still paying you to protect me and the people in this neighborhood. So if I see some fuck shit going on, I'm gonna call you to help, to earn that fucking check. Which is, just quickly, the whole defund the police, how people are trying to, you know, there's so many people saying, oh, like, for example, when this happened, this thing that happened with that guy hitting the girl in the face, the white people that got a hold of the footage were like, oh, I guess you're not gonna call cops because you want to defund the cops, so there's no one you could call. That's not what defund police means. Defund police doesn't mean, oh, don't fucking help me. You're still a cop and you're still getting paid to help me. That's not what defund the police means. Defund the police means allocate the money to help the neighborhood come up on its own. Don't fucking guard it like it's a prison. Share the wealth that the NYPD gets within the community. It doesn't mean, oh, here, you're not a cop anymore, don't defend these people. Of course you have to fucking protect us. You're still a cop. That's not what defund the police means. I'm for it. Like, I'm so for getting him the fuck out of these streets. He is a danger to society. He's a danger to all the women, all the girls walking this neighborhood. He's a danger to other men. That kind of ignorance doesn't stop at women. There's a foulness inside of him, and he needs to be gone. He needs to get the fuck out of the paint. But he's missing in action. The world is protecting him. His friends are protecting him. Nobody knows nothing. No one. There's no update on that story. I'm bringing it up here for a few reasons. One, I was scared to bring it up, and when I'm scared of something, I like to look it right in the eye. I was scared to talk about it because I'm from Harlem, and I'm not like, I don't hang out in Harlem. I don't be in the streets in Harlem. I don't be in front of the building till 3 a.m. in Harlem. But I'm from Harlem. I'm seen with my camera. I feel like people are, connecting to my camera now. They connect me to my YouTube channel, and I don't want any issues. Like, I don't trust this kid. Of course I don't trust him. He's a fucking monster. I don't ever want to come across him or his friends and have word out that I talked about him in a video. I was really afraid of that. But at the same time, my bigger issue is what this says, what this means, how this represents the community that I love, that I grew up in such a horrible way, and how it is a true part of the community. Like, I say I love the hood. I love the essence. I love the smell. I love the food. I love you can smell the food in every corner. You can hear the Boricuas blasting their salsa and dancing outside. They're always dancing outside. The grandmas that just talk to you for no reason and talk shit to you. The bodegas in the corner. The culture, the life, the bliss, the camaraderie, the kinship that's in the neighborhood. But that's one part of it. That's one part of the hood. That's the part that I love. That's the positive in me. But there is such foulness in the hood, and I feel like nothing's gonna change. And I hate that feeling, because that is a very helpless feeling. Like, I'm about to move. I'm gonna move any day now. I mean, I'm looking for a place to go, whether it's an apartment or a home. I'm looking to get the fuck out of here. And it makes me sad, because I don't want to leave this place. We made this place what it is. There's mad white people in my neighborhood now. It's still mad ignorant, but it's gentrified. It sucks because the gentrifiers make it better. Like, they're fucking supermarket. The supermarkets are now all fancy. The streets are kind of cleaner. Like, things are looking up in the hood because of gentrifiers. It sucks, because it's not like we can't get that on our own. No one would put those funds into this community on their own. They have to wait for the value to go up. The value meaning white presence. Anyhow, what I'm saying is, I don't want to leave the hood, but there's no way I'm raising my kid around this ignorance. I have dealt with it for so long that I can deal with it. I learned to live with it, but there's no fucking way I'm raising my kid here. None whatsoever. So it just leaves me in this place of sadness, making me feel like nothing's ever going to change. And then I think about the bigger picture, BLM right now, and how they out there busting their ass, doing the work. They've been doing the work, and how this little fucking story says so much about the hood. It says so much about the issues that we have internally, and it almost feels like it's never going to end, because it's 2020. And this cunt, this piece of shit of a man, is abusing this woman violently on camera. So his friends are laughing in the background because she said a few words to him. Like, even if she said your mother sucks cocks in hell, who cares? She said something to you, and you are now going to pick up that skateboard and bash her in the face with it on camera. First of all, I'm like, you have to know her. You have to know that she don't got not one brother, not one uncle, not one dad, no one to help her. Because you would never, like, who would do this to a regular person that they don't know? I don't know. You're taking a huge risk, because I can bring the strength of the men in my life to your fucking face, and your whole life would be over. You know what I mean? But you don't know me, so you won't do that to me. But you're doing that to this girl. You know what? I can't even find the words. I can't find the words. I'm not showing that video on here because there's no way I'm gonna keep pushing that footage, but I'm gonna link it, because if you want to see it, if you know who he is or if you know who she is, it could be helpful. But I just can't myself put it on this video. Anyhow, it hurts my heart, and then it's something that I try to understand, and I even tried talking to John about it, like, why, like, where does this come from? Where does this it's not even a hatred for you, for like your own, you know. I feel like in the hood we are our own, so that's why I have that mentality. I say your own, like, this is, I don't, it's almost like there's a missing love. It's not the hatred that's there, it's the love that's not there. How can you do this to a woman, to another person, but a woman? You know, like, how? What is it that you're lacking? What is it that you don't see in her? Like, is it her humanity that's missing to you? What is it about her that makes her less than, that makes it so easy for you to bash her in the face with a skateboard? There's a quote that I heard a while ago, something about the way black men treat black women. It was something about, fuck, I don't know, I can't think of it right now. It's like, I just don't want to screw it up, but it's like, you know, white people or the white community they're never going to stop hating you, killing you, hanging you until you respect the black woman, something like that. I'm sure I'm way off, but that's the essence of the quote. And it makes me think about that, because it makes me think, what do you mean when you say Black Lives Matter? Do you mean only your life matters? Do you mean that it only matters when a cop stops you for no reason and pulls you over, or when a cop exaggerates your whatever you were doing, or sets you up for a crime you never did and throws a bag of coke on you? is it only you that you care about when you're saying Black Lives Matter, or are you saying Black Lives Matter? Because I don't have to be black to feel the fucking suffering that black women are going through. To not feel it, because I don't feel it, but I fucking feel it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not happening to me, but it's happening to my sister. That's how it feels to me. It feels like it's happening to my sister, and I don't have to have black friends or black family members to relate. You know, I hate when people say, oh, that could be your sister, that could be your brother. It doesn't need to be my sister or brother. I'm a fucking human. That's a human. I can feel it, I can sense it, and I know I'm that sensitive, but I don't think that's why I can feel things the way I feel them. I'm just a human being. I'm connected to my humanity, and so this woman's suffering is linked to me. And then when you look at the greater social issues, I can't help but bring it up out and link it to that. I'm like, why is this happening? Aren't we fighting a real fight against a real fucking enemy right now? What the fuck? It's 2020. You cannot tell me that it's trauma. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Like, every time Charlamagne said some shit, like when he was talking about Boosie and how Boosie said that he was giving his 12-year-old head from a grown woman just to make sure that he's not gay or some shit, and he was like, oh, there's a lot, you know, a lot of guys go through that. That's Boosie had, you know, let's talk about the trauma that Boosie went through to make him that way. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear the trauma anymore, because it's 2020. We are flooded with resources all around us. And you're doing that on purpose. First of all, he did that so his kids know the right way, so they don't turn out gay or some shit, you know? I don't want to lean on the trauma forever. I don't want to hear about trauma anymore. There's no reason why you bashing this woman's face in with a fucking skateboard. I don't want to hear that you've been through shit, that there's suffering, that you've been held back in life. No. First of all, this kid is up and coming, supposedly, or was at one point, musician. So you know, you got a functioning fucking brain. You hit her because you wanted to. You walked away with all this suave, supposedly. You thought you were the coolest motherfucker in the world for bashing that girl's face in. He prefers this life. He don't want to be, you know, woken up to the love of humanity, and to be like really at a brother sisterly fucking level with his peers and his neighbors. You know what I mean? Like, he don't want to love his community. He wants to be this cool guy. That's who he wants to be. And that cool guy bashes girls in the fucking head with fucking skateboards. So I don't want to hear about trauma anymore. I am a fucking victim of trauma. But you see me out here doing shit to people? You see me out here fucking hurting kids or hurting anybody? No, never. I would never. I care. I don't know. I feel like I went on forever with this one. It just bothers me because I feel like the hood is never gonna not be the hood. And the only way to get the hood to not be the hood is gentrification, and that's real foul. That's real foul, because gentrifiers come in and they're trying to steal that fucking sauce and that flavor and that smell in the air that we created, and now they get to enjoy it, and we gotta get the fuck out of here, and that sucks, because we could do it on our own. There's so much poison in the hood, and there's, like I said, there's so much that I love, but there's so much that I fucking hate. And I could just name off the bat 2 things that I witness on an everyday basis that I fucking despise about the hood. 3 things, of course. 1, the sexual harassment at every fucking corner. 2, the moms or the dads that could be walking with a little toddler, like a little 3-year-old, and they'll be like, hurry the fuck up to their kid. Their kid is like 3 paces behind them, first of all, which is wild dangerous. And they'll say like something like, they'll talk to their kid like it's a full-grown adult. And it's so weird to me, and it's so foul and so nasty, and that shit breaks me every time I hear it. It hurts my heart, and I'm like, damn, it ain't never gonna end. Like, how can you tell your little baby, hurry the fuck up, walk the fuck up? Like, it's insane. It's insane. And the 3rd thing is all the litter bugs. Like, I saw this guy walk with snacks, like he's eating snacks, and he was just about to reach the corner, which is where the garbage cans are, and instead, like literally like 4 feet away, he just crumbled his garbage up and just dropped it on the floor. Can you imagine? In my mind, if I did that in the street, it's just the same as me doing it in my home, in my living room. It's like if I'm eating a bag of chips right now and I just throw the bag on the floor. This is your home. This block is your block. This is your fucking home. Earth is your home. Your apartment is your apartment, but this is your home, and this is how you treat it, like garbage. So you don't expect the world to continue seeing us like garbage if you keep making our neighborhoods a big garbage can. and it just made it all worse to me because the garbage can was right there. Anyway, my point is, first of all, I don't understand the mentality. Like, I don't understand the love that's missing for black women. I don't get it. I would blame it on, there's so many little things where I can see where it could probably come from. Like, I don't want to blame it on videos. I'm not like a fucking 70-year-old woman that blames everything on videos. But in fact, as far back as I could remember, black women were pushed to the back of the videos. You know, like dark-skinned black women were pushed to the back of the videos. The one that were put to the forefront are the exotic women, using 50 and Lil Wayne's term. Like, it's insane. And I'm like, could that be what makes you not see your, like, a black woman as a human, a person, someone to care for, someone that feels pain, like literally you, but in a black woman form? That's how I see everybody. I feel like everybody is me, and I have a hard time connecting with white people because my anger gets the best of me, but I still know that we're all human. And I mean, I'm not blaming it on music videos. I'm just saying these are the images that kids see, the little boys see from the time that they're little, and this is the shit they hear, and I just don't know, you know. I don't know where it comes from, the hate for black women, but it's so obvious. I tweeted a while back about black women matter and black girls matter, because Black Lives Matter, I feel like it's leading out a lot of people. Black women being number one, dark-skinned black woman being number one. I'm not a black woman, but I don't. It's weird because I get to this place where I don't feel like I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't have that heart. I care, and so I'm gonna say what I care about. Okay, simple as that. But at the same time, I feel like I wish I could be a better. I wish I could have the language, the range to really express, because I feel almost stuck, like I don't. And which is kind of, to me, it feels like it does a disservice, but I'm trying and I can't be quiet. And so I tweeted something because the activist, Toyin, she was murdered. And then this video came out with this guy, with this guy hitting the girl in the face. And then the video with the guys throwing the girl in the garbage can and laughing at her and she's crying. Oh, all that came out all at once. And it was a lot. It was a lot for me. I was fucking furious. I was furious at everybody. I was furious at the guys recording, the guys laughing, the guys throwing the girl in the garbage. The ignorance is a cycle and is never going to fucking end. And if it ends, it's not going to end in your lifetime. So yeah, so the video with Wayne and 50, I didn't really see it. I just saw that one clip. And you know how they were saying how black women, they were pushing the narrative again of the angry black woman, and the women be mad because you date your exotic girls. And to me, it's just like, just say not dark skin, because that's what this is all about. Like, when you say exotic, you mean a girl that's not dark skin, a girl with upward slanted eyes, or a long soft hair, or whatever the fuck it is that you consider exotic, because none of that shit is exotic. I don't even like the word exotic, because I feel like you're talking about a fucking zoo animal after a while. Like, me as a Latina, I could never date a guy that would choose me over someone else in that fashion. You know, everybody got a type, whatever. I feel like I don't have a type. As long as you're not a herb, I don't give a fuck. Like, I do not like herbs, because I just can't stand a fucking sucker. I can't stand a herb. Like, for me, that's like this guy that hits the girl in the face. Like, I think he's a herb. I think a guy with like too much ego has like huge, like, it's a huge herb, like huge herb vibes, you know, energy. A guy that's OD jealous, that's a herb to me. Like, I can't stand a sucker. I just can't. So whatever you are, if you're a herb, fuck off. I don't care how cute you are. And cute is another word that I could care less for, because I don't have the same taste as everyone else. If a guy is super cool and super smart, that is usually what I'm attracted to. Like, that is what I think is so cool. Like, I mentioned it before that I thought Wayne was dope. And I thought Wayne was dope because his lyrics are dope. Like, he's just a smart, I like how he strings along his words, and I felt like this dude is really smart, and I was just super impressed. You know, but look at anybody, anyone you talk to in this world since day one, they've been bashing Wayne on his looks forever, call him all sorts of shit, and it never meant nothing to me. Like, what is he supposed to look like for someone to find him appealing or attractive anyway? Like a European, like tiny nose, tiny lips, or some dumb shit. I don't have a tiny nose, I don't have tiny lips, I don't want that. I think that girls like guys that look like God, like European girls. Like, you like boys that look like girls. That's what you think is cute. Like Justin Bieber, you know what I mean? That guy looks like a girl to me. But that's because he looks like a white European woman, like with those features. Anyhow, when Wayne and 50 was saying all this stuff, I was like, it sounds so clownish to me. And then I thought about a few things. I thought about these guys, where and why. Like, I get the preference thing and I get the sex thing, because any guy could tell you he's always been like opposites attract. You are like, like you have your Latinos there that they have their moment and they want that they want to go and fuck white girls only. You know, not only, but you know, they're intrigued and they want to hit up a white girl. But there's no way in hell they're like thinking about like landing a white girl, like that being the trophy and that being the baby moms. It's not like you over anyone. Like, especially Latinos, they fucking love Latin women. Latin guys love Latin women. White guys love white women. Chinese guys love Chinese women. Indian guys love Indian women. The only time that you hear the bashing come into play is with black men, and I don't understand it. I personally don't understand it. I don't know the history. I don't know what happened along the way. The only thing that I could think about is that I've seen it since I was little in music videos, and I didn't even realize that's really what I was seeing until I got older. Like, even Lil Wayne, he has some fucked up lyrics that it never occurs to me. Like, there's one lyric, I don't even know if I'm saying it right because it's been so long, but it's the one that keeps playing in my head because of all this news with him and 50. Hold on, let me see. Is that what he says? No. And all the Keishas replying to the Kims. Unless there's something else that means. It sounds like I'm declining the black girls and replying to the non-black girls. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but it sounds like it. So, you know, like, I as a non-black girl, I would never in a million years date a guy, because first of all, you couldn't turn me on, you couldn't stimulate my brain, you couldn't do anything to me that requires for me to like you once you tell me you have chosen me over another ethnicity. That it's a huge turn off to me. It's literally the opposite of what we're supposed to have going here. I don't want you to put anyone down just because you like me. You know, I've dated black guys, I've dated Latinos, and that's pretty much it. Like, I've never dated outside of my ethnicity, like, not outside of the brown and black spectrum. You know, but it's never been like, oh, you over that guy or you over that guy. It's your intellect, it's your brain, it's how funny you are, how cool you are, how fucking normal you are. You know, like, if you have respect for women, that's a huge turn on. Like, it's huge. It's insane, but it is. It's like, are you a respectful human being? Yes. Oh, that's nice. That's come a little closer. Like, we can at least be friends. But that, like I said, I understand having a phase or a preference where you like, ooh, I'm excited to try this white girl out. You know, let's see what this sex might be like. You know, if y'all both willing and interested people, go have at it. Have fun having sex. Great. Have fun getting to know each other. But when you choose one and you're putting down the other, how is that appealing in any way? I remember a long time ago, Sin got into trouble over some shit. And it's funny because I was listening to that episode. I don't listen to Lip Service anymore, but Sin was on Lip Service, and she said something like she doesn't like Latinos because they're too emotional. And she said that she prefers black guys, and that black guys love to spoil Spanish women, something like that. And then she was like, excuse me, she was like, let me stop before the black girls come at me or something. I remember listening to that and thinking, like, oh, and Angela, no one's gonna check her, like, no one's gonna say, yo, like, that's, you know, let's talk about that, not check her. Let's talk about it. Like, let's stay on that subject, because now you've brought something very important up, and it was recent. It wasn't like OD a long time ago. Anyway, it resurfaced, and she had it, like, she was having issues with it. Everyone, like, was attacking her, and I really felt like she meant her apology, and like, she, you know, she said she was young and dumb, and that's true, most likely, you know, and she's changed her aspect. But there's so many women that have that aspect and live that aspect out to the fullest, because they're reaping the benefits of your hatred towards black women or your hatred towards yourself. I don't really know what it is. A lot of people say that black guys hate black women because they kind of hate themselves, but I have trouble believing that. 50 and Lil Wayne, they seem to really love themselves. Like, I just I think you're really happy with yourself, actually. So I you know. But again, that's a whole nother thing I don't know nothing about, you know. That's history that I don't know nothing about. Anyway, so, you know, Sin corrected herself, and she was very apologetic, and I believe it. I believe her apology. But there are women like that, exotic women, that love that shit, that love to be the preference, that love to be, you know, treated like a fucking doll, like a precious doll, rather than a human woman. Like I said, preferences, I get them. Everybody has them. I prefer a smart person, you know, clean, you know, very clean. You know, but as for the physical, like the super physical, like, oh, you know, long straight hair, or, you know, slanted eyes, little nose, no, I don't have that. I don't, guys are like that. They're very sexual beings, but when it comes, this is not just sex. That's the whole point, that they're not just talking about sex. And if it is only about sex, then all they're thinking about is exotic women, and that tells you that all they think about is sex. Like, all they care about is sex. These two guys, all they care about is sex, and they're talking about this. And he said, that looks like it came off a boat. He didn't even refer to her as a human. He said it, or that, or something that stood out to me, because I'm like, who wants to be looked at in that way? Just because this guy, this one person, finds you super duper attractive, like, doesn't that make you feel like you're not human? Like you're just a thing for him to jerk off with? Especially guys that treat you like you're an object. They don't care if you have feelings. They don't care if you come. They just, like, having sex with these guys is like giving them your vagina to jerk off with, you know. And if they hold you and they want you near in public, it's like you're their shiny new Gucci belt that they got. Like, look at me, look what I did with my last 3 paychecks. It's so weak to me. But I don't understand the women that wind up falling for that, unless, you know, these women like the fast life and they like the you know, money. So these guys usually have money. I don't know. My whole point here was to say that when you say Black Lives Matter, you know, you have to really mean it, right? You have to, is it real to you? Is it just for you to get fucking out of jail today, or is it for the community? Is it for everybody? Is it for women especially that could use your fucking love and appreciation? If you don't consider yourself, like, if you don't consider your community, your brothers and sisters, then nothing's ever going to change. I could totally see it. Like, I don't know the quote, like I said, I fucked it up earlier, but I could see how if you continue violating your women and treating them like they ain't shit, and talking about them and laughing about them in your podcast, beating them in the face with skateboards, throwing them in garbage cans, I can see how you are never, ever going to lose the status in life, which is literally keeping you down in the dirt. Nothing's going to change for the black community if motherfuckers don't start treating the women like human beings. Nothing. I can see it. It is as clear as day to me. You ever had people, like all these people that predicted the future? They didn't predict the future. They paid attention. If you pay attention, you know exactly what's coming. And if this shit don't change, nothing will change. Nothing will change. Culture Report. Hanna season 2 came out, so I liked season 1 a lot. First, I'll go back to the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, watch that first. Hanna is with Kate Blanchett. I forgot the guy's name, and the other girl is what's her name? Saoirse Ronan. I know her name because I love to say it. It's one of those names that are spelled very difficult, but you learn how to say it, and then you're like, okay, because there's no way the spelling doesn't sound like the name. So her name is Saoirse Ronan. There's this institution where they have all these babies that they're turning into like super militant people, and then this guy comes and he retrieves his child from there, but she already has her DNA altered, so she's this super powerful girl, and he trains her to be a dope fighter and all this shit. Really, really good movie. Eric Bana, that's his name. Eric Bana or Bana, I don't know. Anyway, so really, really good. They came out with a series in Prime, I think, in Amazon. And season 1 was dope. Season 2 is dope. I just finished season 2. So I highly recommend it. It's really good. I just saw Hamilton on Disney. I've not seen Hamilton. I couldn't get tickets, couldn't afford them. If I could get them, I probably couldn't afford them. But I heard great things about it, and I saw it on Disney, and it was excellent. And I'm kind of glad because I felt like it was a really dope experience. Like I got to see all the dope angles and up close shots. Dirty John. Okay, so Dirty John is a show that comes on USA or something. It's kind of like a Lifetime show expanded, and it's funny because in Dirty John season 1, it's a true story, by the way. So it's Dirty John season 1. Eric Bana was the bad guy in that one. He was Dirty John. He was the guy, the husband or whatever. So it just takes these stories from the newspaper and makes a series out of them. Very interesting, wild shit. You can't believe it happened, but it happened. Season 2 is Dirty John / Betty. So it's about a wife this season, a wife that loses her shit. So I don't want to give away too much, but season 2 is very good as well. So check that out. Harlem, if you're gonna take any of my recommendations, I love Godfather of Harlem. It is so dope, and you see all these monumental figures in this show, and you see the culture of Harlem back in the day. It is so good. So it stars Forrest Whitaker as Bumpy Johnson. Dope. He was a drug lord of Harlem, kingpin of Harlem, aka Godfather of Harlem. It gets annoying with the Italians and their N-words all the time. I fucking hate to hear it already. Like, I do not want to hear your N-word, the hard ass R, you know, super racist and shit. I don't want to hear it. And it's funny because it's one thing that aggravates me about the show. But I watched the interview with the cast, which is what I always do when I really like a show. And the guy that plays the Chin, that's his name, the Chin. He's a mobster. He said that he hated it. Like, he didn't want to take the role because it's too racist. And he said he's done that in the past, said no to roles that he feels is like OD violating. Like, he don't want to do it. And it made me feel good to hear him say that, because as a viewer, it hurts me. And I used to think as a black actor, being called the N-word all day long on set must hurt you. And me and John had that conversation, and I was thinking, as the white actor saying it, that shit gotta suck too. Because if I had to be a racist fucking Latina and be N-word all day long, I would not be happy with myself. I would not be happy with my job. But John was like, they're professionals for acting and all this shit. And I'm like, listen, they're human too. And he said in an interview that he fucking hated it, but you know, he said, I have to be true to this character to give truth to the story, which is a true story. It's a true story. And then you see so many huge actors, like I said, like not actors, yes, but also figures. Like they have Malcolm X, they have Bumpy Johnson, they have the Italian Mafia, they have what's his name, Adam Clayton Powell, which is very interesting to see him, because I didn't know he was this kind of person. So you see Juan Carlo Espinosa, I think his name is, Esposito, I don't know, but you see him killing it, and as Adam Clayton Powell, and I don't know, it's just all these important figures in Harlem, and it's really engaging, really good. Check it out, Godfather of Harlem. The Babysitters Club, I loved it on Netflix. It's so cute. It's back in the day. It's like a remake of the back in the day Babysitters Club, with these young little things start a Babysitters Club, you know, and deal with the life changes of middle school. I May Destroy You, I saw it. It is tough. It's tough because it has to deal with rape culture. So it's very triggering. So if you can't, don't watch it. For me, sometimes I don't like to watch, like, it gets rough on me, but I like the actor so much. The woman, I forgot her name. I have F is for Family here, which is one of my favorite cartoons on Netflix. This season was kind of really sad, so start with season 1, you'll find it hilarious. And there's a YouTuber that I want to shout him out because, alright, he is controversial, I would say. He has very, like, a lot of unpopular opinions and perspective, but if there's one thing I like about him is that he is the most unbiased person that I've ever come across. You know, people like to pretend they're unbiased, but they are biased, and you see it all the time. You see it shining through. But for some reason, he could really be at the center of a story and give you this perspective you just didn't expect to hear from his mouth. So his name is Destin Troyes. He has 2 YouTube channels on here, and he talks wild shit, and I am engaged. I find myself engaged and really listening. I don't always agree with him. I don't always agree with anyone because I'm an adult and I have a brain of my own. But I don't, I just think that you might want to watch some of his videos. I haven't seen all of his shit. It's really tough. He has a lot of videos, but I pick and choose where I'm going to start. You know, I just look at the title and see what that's about. And I know I like him and can enjoy him because he chews his videos. He keeps his hands busy for his videos. Like, for the most part, I'm impressed with the fact that he does it all by himself. He is like a 40-45 minute type of video person. He just talks by himself, and I'm like, you know, that's huge. That could get him a career in life, because normally people need to engage. Like podcasters, they need someone to talk to and to engage with, to keep the flow, to keep it going. But he can do it all on his own. I feel like he has a really bright future, but because he's so problematic or so unbiased and raw, I think that he'll probably be snubbed. Like they'll snub him of a future in entertainment. Anyway, I find him engaging, impressive, entertaining. Like I said, I don't agree with everything he says, but for the most part, I'm happy I found his channel. So he has two. One is called Destined Choice, I think, and the other one is Choice TV. I'll link him. I'll link one of the videos that I enjoyed. And you can start there. I think that's it. That's it for today. I hope that you found this video okay. I'm so sorry about the rambleness of the topics of the topics during the SMH. It's just, I don't know. I talk about it so much on my own with my husband, with my friends, and by the time I come here, I'm like drained and I'm stumbling and I'm self-conscious. The next video is going to be a haul because my birthday's coming up. So for my birthday, I always treat myself to nice things, and I bought myself some things from Sephora, from Lush, from thrifting. So it's going to be a big one. I might try and separate them into 2 videos. But yes, that's the next videos that you're going to get, that I'm going to work on this weekend, which is why this video needed to be up by this weekend so I can move on to the next videos. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace.
This is the Department of Labor returning your call. You had an interview today. You had an 11 o'clock appointment. Give us a call back.